Sales Supercharge. I'm actually playing with turning this into Money Mindset Monday. We will see. But part of what I'm so passionate about in empowering you to make more sales and grow your business, your sales, your career is strengthening your money mindset. That is what I have found is one of the biggest missing links that was missing in my own life for a long time and why I felt like I was stuck at the same level for a long time, what I find with my clients as well. And so I just want to pop on. It's going to be a relatively brief live. I see some of our She Sells community popping on. Oh my gosh, ladies, it's so good to see you. Mary, Leah, Michelle. It's going to be a pretty brief live because we have a team meeting in 8 minutes. But I want to talk to you today about one of the tiny tweaks that makes all the difference in terms of goal achievement. And it is this very thing. It is this difference. Thank you for the hearts. It's the difference of thinking of what you want versus from what you want. So I want you to just check in as we do the live stream today. When you think about your goal, are you thinking of it or are you thinking from it? And I used to, this is back in the day in corporate world, I would teach SMART goals. And let me know if any of you, let me know in the comments if you have taught SMART goals or you've used SMART goals. I'm here to say I will never teach them again in my life because they literally, they so cut off your power because it makes you think that you can only set goals that you know how to achieve. And this is the opposite of powerful goal setting. Thank you so much for the hearts. By the way, if you're joining on Facebook, LinkedIn or YouTube, please give me a comment. Let me know you're here. Coach Leah is saying, yes, hated SMART goals. It's so funny. When I was teaching them, I didn't hate them because it was like, this is what's taught and this is what's real. But now that I've studied this stuff and know how real goal achievement works, SMART goals are like the opposite of how to really achieve powerful goals in your life. So no disrespect to anyone who's teaching them, but if you want someone to come in and train your team on SMART goals, I'm not your woman. So this was actually inspired. Some of you who are here live were on the 50K club group call just now, and I was sharing about this book that I'm reading right now. Well, it's actually 10 books in one, but Neville Goddard's collection. And I am obsessed with this collection of books. And so this was inspired by something I was reading in it this morning. And Neville talks about, are you thinking of your goal? Or are you thinking from your goal? And so when we think of our goal, here's how I would kind of check in and see where you're at with it. And if just pull into your mind something that you want to achieve right now. Maybe it's a financial goal, right? Maybe it's a sales goal. Maybe it's a different type of life goal. This stuff works for everything. But when you think of the goal, does it feel detached from you? So do you feel detached or separate from your goal? Does it feel far away? Or does some part of it not feel possible to you? So if that's the case, again, there's no judgment on this, but that's what I would call thinking of the goal. And I shared this last week in a workshop I was teaching for the 10K club and for some of our community. Like I used to put something, I'd set a goal, I'd have a financial goal, I'd put it on the vision board, and I would look at it. And I would look at it, and it would feel big, and I would feel nervous, and I would feel some anxiety around whether it was going to happen. And I would feel so distant from it. And sure enough, I don't think I ever hit the goal when it was that energy towards it. And it's simply because at the time, I didn't know that as I thought about that goal and I thought of it, I was feeling distant from it and I was feeling separate from it. So that's how most people goal set. And that's why most people don't achieve the goals is they feel separate from it. So what I love about Neville's work, and go check out, all of his books are phenomenal. Feeling is the Secret is amazing. Which one am I reading right now? Oh, what is it? At Your Command. I think it's one of his first books is what I'm reading right now. But it's a different energy when we're creating powerfully, like most powerfully. This is where you're getting your fastest results. It feels like a lot of what you want is coming to you, almost like you're being aided in the process. It's because you're thinking from your goal. And when we think from the goal, what that means is you have claimed that goal as already done. It's already done. And I apologize on Instagram. I keep getting paused due to poor connection. Hopefully it's okay. But you are thinking of the goal as already done. And in order to do that, all that takes is just study and understanding that the only prerequisite for you having something is to have the desire for that thing. So this is the first thing, is thinking from the goal rather than of it, and claiming it as already done. And this isn't a begging, pleading energy. This is an energy of, it's all like, I desire it. I know that I can command matter and energy with my intention, and it's already done. So claiming it. And then part of how I like to do it is looking at it backwards. So saying, saying, now that this is already done, and again, it's not done yet necessarily in your physical world, but it's done mentally, right? It's done spiritually. Looking backwards and saying, now that this is achieved, how did I do it? Now, with your goals, you don't have to know the how. So if you think that you can only set goals that you know the how of, you're setting goals too small. You want to set goals that excite you. You want to set goals that inspire you. You want to set goals that are worthy of you and worthy of you trading your life for, because that's what happens every time we're setting a goal. You are trading your life for that. So is it worthy of you? And you're not going to know the how necessarily right off the bat when you set goals that way. But you can simply ask, now that this is achieved, now that this is done, how did it happen? And it may not show up right away. It may show up in a dream. Thank you for the hearts. It may show up in a dream later that night. It may show up later in the week. But one of the things that I always teach my clients to do, and that I practice in my own life too, is looking at what would be the most enjoyable and direct path to the achievement of the goal. So now that this is done, what was the most enjoyable and what was the most direct path for me to get here? And this is where we have to look at, how can we do things differently? How can we break the mold, so to speak? This is why last year we talked a lot about quantum leap strategy and Price Pritchett, and we dug into that material. The quantum leap is typically not doing more of the same. It's doing something very differently, but in a more direct path to where you want to go. And then the final piece is acting as if. So if you are thinking from what you want, thinking from the goal rather than thinking of the goal, then you're going to be acting as if it was already done. I'm going to give you an example, and then we're going to wrap because we got a team meeting in 1 minute. I've worked from home for years. I know many of you have as well. Recently, I've been feeling very called to get out and get into an in-person office space, just to be in that energy. I have a desire of actually having like a beautiful in-office space for our She Sells team at some point in the next year-ish or so. And I thought, one of the funny things about working from home is that, I don't know about you, I don't wear shoes most of the day. Like I'm literally like dressed up except no shoes, because it's not very comfortable, like standing from home and working in heels all day. But literally today, it was like the woman who is leading a team in an in-person office wears her shoes during the day, and she goes and she finds an in-person office. So those two little tweaks today that I made are just an example of acting as if and bringing it one step closer to the goal. So with that, this is super abbreviated. I've got a team call and I've got to hop up. Oh, hi, Michelle. Hi, Christine. So good to see you. Brenna's saying what shoes are important. I know, like the whole outfit is put together, except there's no shoes, except today. We switched that up. So that is it, my friends. I love you. I'm grateful for you. Send me a DM if I could be of service to you. Let me know if you're reading this book. Any of Neville's books too. They're so, so, so powerful. I'll give you a quick heads up. We are going to be hosting an not in person, but a live workshop towards the end of April that's going to help you quantum leap your goals. So if you want to get an invite for that, go ahead and send me a DM. Rita, oh, I love you so much. I'm so glad you're here. Yes, same. Mary is showing the shoes. I love it. Ah, ladies, and gentlemen, those of you who are here live, so good to spend time with you. Again, send me a DM if you want any more information on that workshop, and I will see you next Monday for our next live stream. Have a great day. Lots of love. Bye bye.